But of late, oh yeah, I've got like a taste of blood back here. Nothing showing up in my digestive tract, so... Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokey smokes. Didn't do much yesterday. Just did sitting around playing video games, watching videos, and recording stuff. I recorded a whole batch of new reactions. They're going public. Started doing that yesterday. Thumbs up. I played lots more Dead Island. I'm about 70-something odd percent, I think, through the main game. I'm partially through Act 3. I'm in the jungles. The latest zombie I'm fighting is something that has no hands or here. It's just the arms end, and then it's bare bones. And they're really, really nasty and awful, but they run at me, and boom, I'm a throwing master. They go down. Yay! It's a good game. I enjoy it. It's quite fun. Definitely a good thing. But yeah, I did not do much past that. I'd still been taking it easy, and there is something bad that I do want to talk about. But first, of course, I am a peasant to my algorithmic lords, where, yay. If you could toss me a like, that would be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that too would be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, I read them all. I thumbs up each one I do. I answer as many as I can. That'd be awesome if you could. And I do wish to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and awesome people are just that, literally beautiful and awesome. Without these people's help, I would be even more hosed than I am. I've entered the stage in the month where I'm going to be losing even more weight. I have no money to buy food, and so I'm going to be not doing well, but thank you each and every one of my Patreon patrons. It's very awesome. If you'd like to help me out, the links are in the show more for your advice, wherever that happens to be. Yay, front loading a video over. Oh boy, a couple months back I took a fall and I hit hard and I had the taste of blood up here, and there was evidence of a digestive bleed for a few days after that, and then it cleared up. I've been halfway thinking about that and paying attention to tastes and stuff and not been able to be really sure. But of late, oh yeah, I've got like a taste of blood back here. Nothing showing up in my digestive tract, so it might be a stomach thing, might be a throat thing, could be my lungs, it could be absolutely anything, could be mild. Could be not mild. A lot of people end up with, like stage 4 cancers without even knowing it until one thing sends them to the hospital and then they find out that they are going to die. Could be me. I'm hoping not, but you never know. I need to, on Monday, call up, make an appointment, go get checked out. Hokey smokes. I've got a whole bunch of things I need to check out, and I think I need to finally get it done. I don't want to die just horribly, so yeah, thumbs up for that. Past that, things have been okay. I went out for walkies last night. It was really, really cold. And I enjoyed that. It was nice. It was a good walk. And I came back and then just relaxed and watched stuff and then went to bed. Early, no less. And hokey smokes, I've mentioned how I use a sheet and I've just had 2 fleecy blankets. That's been too cold. So I put just a bath towel on top of that. Well, the day before, when I was getting out of bed, I had a minor bit of cramping in that muscle in my right thigh. This morning, as I was getting up, it happened again. What is the big difference that I can see? Heat. Unfortunately, that's why I keep my feet and lower legs uncovered so that my legs don't cramp up because of heat. And now that I'm getting comfortably warm from having a blanket, my thigh muscles are cramping up, so I've got to figure out how to keep just warm enough, but not too warm. And that is a tiny little margin, so yay. Oh, it's joyous. Past that is stated just surviving, trying my best to do so. As I go out for walkies, I take care of my kitty cat and all of that. And this morning, little Ghost was up and running around, and I picked him up and I let him run around on me in my lap, and he's a good little guy. It's definitely a good thing. So thumbs up on that. We're all doing as well as we can. I am slowly getting it. I mean, this one's all cleaned out. This bookcase is halfway cleaned out. I gotta get the rest of it. I'm working on it slowly. It happens. I have to make sure I'm halfway centered whenever I move. Past that, though, I also want to talk about a few things. With whole subtext thing, Florimu left a comment yesterday that talked about the Oz books. And good point on the whole subtext thing, but I also wanted to mention, oh my gosh, I love the L. Frank Baum books of Oz. The non-Oz books are awful. They're terrible. I hate them. I loathe them. Ruby Jean Jensen, I think might have been, no, it wasn't Ruby Jean Jensen. I think Ruby Jean Jensen, well, I don't know. Ruby Jean Jensen might be the L. Frank Baum writer, well, the person that took over after he passed on, or it could be the name of a horror writer from the 80s that has a very similar name. But her name was Ruby something or Pearl something, and she wrote a whole bunch of books, and as goofy and weird, as anarchistic and downright horrific a lot of the stuff from Oz was with Baum, it just became a series of kids' books when she started writing them. Anything for adults was gone. So I love the Oz movies, even the Return to Oz one that came out in the 80s. And I love the L. Frank Baum books. They're absolutely beautiful. Yes, he was tired of the setting before too long. And he kept doing it because it was money and nothing else was working. So he still did his best, though. And that was good. So yay. But one of the other things that I wanted to mention off of that comment is it was mentioned that largely the cosmic horror on the inside and this setting is not the forbidden knowledge that humanity was not meant to know. And, I'm going through and explaining a lot of the real horrific things. The thing is, the things that I'm explaining are not actually Cthulhu and cosmic horror level stuff. I mean, yeah, the kaiju is, but it's not the kind of... It's not above and beyond humanity, and we're just minor insects. It's tied to us. So even though it's kind of cosmic horror-y, it's not as much as you would think. There is a lot of cosmic horror in the cosmic horror framework. There is knowledge that humanity was not meant to know. When you're exposed to stuff that's of the actual cosmic horror framework thing, one of the things that drives you mad is we do not have the proper senses or brain structures to interpret the data from those senses when we see things that are beyond this point. But your brain desperately wants to understand. But it can't. It does not have the senses. It does not have the brain structures to interpret that data. So trying to figure this stuff out to make it make sense when it can't, because you've only got like a third of the puzzle, because you can't even detect the rest of the answers, that part drives you absolutely nuts. Except, of course, if you're one of those really lucky people, your brain will actually rewrite parts of itself because it craves this stuff so much, and you start developing those extra senses, and you start developing those extra brain structures to interpret that data. You become not really human if you can actually survive and learn this stuff. Now, that's not to say that everybody has horrific things happening, and there are all sorts of cultists / adherents in every setting. Even in the Razor's Edge and all that, there are people that are like Kadiron adherents. And when you worship / follow one of these things like that, your body gets altered and changed because of this. Your body and mind. You're being altered and twisted, but not because of standard, I'm going mad reasons. It's, no, I am gifting you with this. And then your body and mind change. So there is still a lot, but not in this case. There is a true cosmic horror type entity in the Razor's Edge setting, and that is the Southern Exit being. It is a very powerful being. Now, let me mention again, when you look at the cosmic horror framework, there is the Gakira, the most powerful. That is Amaterasu, mother of all. She has 12 children the Angakira. These are the lesser cosmic horrors, Gotsi Ray, Erugots, Tamikonoso, Nebukiro, all of these. These are still so incredibly powerful that we can't even see or interpret their beings with our small minds. Below that, when they need to send someone into a universe that can't handle their presence, like out here in the Ungodden, the cold and dark, they send a creature called the Ong. And the Ong goes into that universe, burrows into the side of reality, and lays its eggs. These eggs hatch into the Ang-Goka. These are Lovecraft Cthulhu level monsters. They are independent beings with their own minds and such, but they are effectively avatars of the cosmic horror above, and their desires align 100% with those desires. They're still their own beings, but the cosmic horror being in the southern exit is of that level. Slightly less, of course. It's not the true cosmic horror thing. Slightly less than that, but it is incredibly powerful. In fact, power-wise, it could easily roll over the King in Crimson and the Crimson Kingdom. Only could it really, because the thing in there is effectively a funnel spider, and it's not a marauding, soldier ant nest. It doesn't go out and attack stuff. It stays underneath and listens, and when it hears and feels things, it pops its funnel open and then waits for people to come inside and then snaps it shut. And then, oh, that's bad. It doesn't go out, so yes, it could roll over things power-wise, but it's a funnel spider, not an attacking nest of soldier ants. So it's incredibly powerful, but it travels from transition point to transition point. And also, one thing finally stuck with me. It came to be what happens on the razor's edge when we out here vanish. Okay, every X number of years in this universe, things are cyclical. When our solar system starts to die out, the resistance fades, there's a burst of this energy that's built up, and then the solar system renews itself. Similar to the way it was, but not fully. And then it starts again. Roughly the same thing happens on the inside in the razor's edge. When out here, finally enough intelligent life fades, that intelligent life creates that quantum field from the quantum knotting. It is that energy that holds the doors open. When finally there is not enough life out here with enough quantum knotting, the doors close. They don't vanish, they aren't locked. If you knock, they'll reopen, but the way to reopen it is to have something that generates that quantum field out here. And so for like 10 billion years, from the end of all intelligent life out here on the planet to the fading out, the red giant, the white dwarf, the burst, the accretion, the new planets, things evolving. Yeah, the inside, the razor's edge and all that are all human-centric. The energy that radiates from that is human-centric. This planet, cyclically, will always come up with human beings. Rough equivalents of the way the world is now. Rough equivalents. The world will never look the same. The places will never be the same. The United States will never be where it is now because the continents will never be the same. And in some of these iterations, the United States, it's just effectively a small backwater place with no presence on the world stage. And in some others, it is a mighty, mighty superpower that rules the world with an iron fist and every variation thereof. It's just that currently I'm writing about one that is 99% a mirror copy of our world right now. But when these doors shut, the energy stops flowing from the inside, up the island, through the transition point of the razor's edge, and out into our universe. And while it is shut, humanity starts to vanish because that flowing energy, it was what keeps things regenerated, renewed, and reinvigorated. People appear on layers on the razor's edge without any real origin because coalescence from this energy, but when the door's shut, that stops. And also, everything becomes disconnected from the timeline of the outside. like 10 or 15 billion years pass out here. About 1 billion passes on the inside, during which time humanity is slowly fading, over a couple million years, and then the Apple Rock Kaiju has to go through and eat absolutely everyone else, because there's going to be 1 billion years of nothing. And for 1 billion years, it has to go into torpor. And then the entirety of the Razor's Edge fades away. Nothing remains. It is all undifferentiated chaos. And then out here, when the Australopithecines evolve, that's the quantum knotting knocks at the door. It opens. And the flood of energy takes about 2,000 years to steamroll up the 10 million kilometers up the island, bashing open the doors and bursting out into the universe again. From here, there's other doors. Each planet, each star, each solar system, each galaxy, all that has its own doors. So it's not like the universe is trapped. No, it's just for our planet. And then from that point on, well, everything starts happening. And on the inside, people start showing up. There's traffic from the inside to the Razor's Edge. People are coalescing. And when we have evolved far enough that we've matched them, yeah, they welcome us with open arms when we enter through the doorway and into the Razor's Edge again. The Razor's Edge will be different, of course, rough variations. And the only thing that will be the same is the Apple Rock Kaiju waiting. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. That's never much anymore, but anything more than 0 is awesome. Thank you. And if I mispronounce a username, no disrespect. And even though I count American Sign Language with my depression, fibro, ASD, all sorts of stuff, hokey smokes, I'm getting better. I'm approaching the point of perfection where I won't get any better anymore, though. Confused L29, thumbs up and thank you. Hey, our subconsciouses are amazing, aren't they? Flora Mew, thank you very, very much. We have nailed to eternity. Oh, okay, thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. Kapaki, Lithuania, and boy, I sure hope things work out well for everybody there. Hokey smokes. Jay, thumbs up, and you raise a lot of good points that I want to talk about. Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. There is A Ventura Geek, greatly appreciated and glad to help. We have Tall Dude 123. Well, at least you got another thing back. Good to see you. Trevor Van Hoos, thumbs up, and that would be a good idea. And I think that's actually it. Below, I'm going to thank Young Wise Rich, Ogbonna Patrick Ibuka. Thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and for a short time. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And of course, with my hands in the air, don't know what device you're watching this in, don't know where the show more video description is, but inside I have links to all my various channels, as well as links to my Twitter, my Facebook, my Patreon, and again, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and awesome people are really literally beautiful and awesome. I mean, I am slowly drowning beneath the financial waves, but they've slowed down the rate of sinking and drowning, and that is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you. I cannot remember when I put my hands up. Hopefully they haven't been up for too long, and hopefully there's no text over my face. Yay. As well, if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have links to my PayPal, and there is also links to an Amazon wishlist link with things like cat food on it if you wanted to check that out. I'm just gasping. I have no air control today. I'm talking more than I'm breathing. I'm out of breath. Yay. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Thank you very, very much. Hokey smoke. So yeah, I plan on doing stuff today. I want to get more work done on these bookcases and such. There's just stuff that's stacked around. I have ADHD life. Common areas I can keep clean, places like where I live, a landfill. It's not as bad as a landfill, but I really need to do a lot of cleaning up. Problem is with the ADHD and the pain issues. Still though, I'm going to do what I can, and hopefully you're going to do what you can with your day as well. And of course, with the Covfefe bug raging, you know what the precautions are. Please mask up, social distancing, wash your hands, get vaxxed if you haven't, get a booster if you can. Don't perish from the kofefe bug. Do not suffer long kofefe bug symptoms. You don't have to. You can avoid it. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And quite frankly, I think that's a very good idea.